In this video, you are going to see how to edit a video using a software or video editor known as Shotcut, S-H-O-T-C-U-T. So you can see the shortcut icon here. You can double click on that. So Shotcut software is loading. So this will be the initial window of the Shotcut software, right? You can see the window. You are having some tools here such as a playlist, timeline, filters, keyframe, export, etc. Right? Then here you can see a new project wizard will be there, right? So for time being, you are going to create a new project. So initially the project folder will be something else. You can click on this and you can change whichever folder you need. Say for time being, I am taking a folder as in G. You are using a folder known as say shortcut. So I am setting the project folder as G shortcut. So select this folder. G shortcut will be there. Then you can give a project name here, screen recording. That is my project name, right? Because I am going to create a tutorial video of screen recording software known as OBS. So next step is to select the video mode. So click on this video mode resolution. You are going to make a video of HD 720 pixel with 30 frames per second. But by default it is not shown here. So you can click on non-broadcast because you are going to record a video and you are going to upload. So you can select non-broadcast. Then here you can see HD 720p into P 30 frames per second. So you can select that, right? Then click on start. So now you have created a project with the name screen recording, and your output file will be of type 720p 30 frames per second. Right? Next what you are going to do is you are going to add your files for editing. Whatever files you need to use for editing, those files you are going to add into the playlist. So if you will be having 4 tabs like this, here playlist will be there. You can click on that. And if you are not having this playlist listed here, you can click on this playlist, so it will be shown, or you can click on view and you can enable the playlist, right? So you can click on view and enable the playlist if this button is not there. If this button is not there, you click on view, click on playlist, so you will be able to see this playlist button, right? Then by default nothing is there in this playlist. You are going to add all the files that is to be edited in this playlist. So in my case, my files are there in the desktop. So I am selecting the desktop. I am having 2 files. You can see 1.avi and 2.avi. These are the files that is to be edited. So I am going to add these 2 files. So you minimize this and directly you can drag and drop. I am dragging and dropping 1.avi, so it is listed here. Similarly, I am dragging and dropping 2.avi. That also is added in the playlist. So these are the 2 files which I am going to edit, right? So whenever you are adding, the video starts playing here. You first stop that video, the playing video. You can stop, right? And this is the actual output window. So you can play the source file by clicking on the source, then select it, then play. So this file will be played here. Similarly, you can play the next file. You can click on this, you can play that file also, right? In order to verify whether you are getting the actual window here, right? So this is how you are seeing it. Then first you are going to add my first video into the timeline. This is known as a timeline. So in the timeline you are going to edit the videos. So first of all you need to add the video into the timeline. So for that, select the first video, drag it and keep it here, release it here. When you are releasing it here, your timeline will be created automatically, and you can see that it is a first video track. Similarly, you can add more tracks here. Now for time being, you are having only one video track, right? So this is a video track, and the corresponding audio is here. You can see the audio, right? And now it is spread across a longer timeline. If you want to reduce it, if you want to see the whole file in the single window itself, you can drag this zoom button. You can take it to this side. You can drag this. When you are dragging, the timeline will be compressed, so you can see the whole video. If you are increasing it, it will be increased. The same thing you can do it with the control and mouse scroll button. You can click on control and scroll the mouse button. So clicking on control, if you are scrolling the mouse button down, it will be compressed. Clicking on control, if you are moving the scroll button up, it will be expanded. Why you are expanding and compressing it? So that you can see the audio waveform properly. This is the audio waveform. If you want to edit something, if you want to remove some portion where audio is not there, you need to expand it. So you can expand like this. So I have added my first file. Next what I am going to do is that you are going to play this file. You need to verify what is happening in this file. So click on here. So you will be getting the pointer here. Then click on this play. So you can see that till this point audio is not there, right? So you need to remove all this portion. Generally you need to cut this portion. So if I am clicking here, uh, so from this point you are having the video. When you are clicking here and if you are playing, you can see the sound, right? So now what you are going to do is that first step is you are going to cut off this much portion. That is the first step in editing. So how will you do that? You move this. Once more verify whether it is proper. So you can keep the mouse cursor here, right? Then you need to cut this portion. For cutting, you can click on this split at playhead. Click on that. So now you can see that these two are two videos. You have cut this portion. Then what you should do? You need to remove this portion. How will you remove this portion? Right click on this, right click on this, click remove. Right click on that clip, don't click on the other clip. Right click on this, click on remove. So that clip has been removed and the other remaining clips has been came back to the previous position. Now we can play this. So before playing, you need to take this playhead to this point, then you play. Right? So you have edited the starting portion. Similarly, let us take your end is also having some problem. Let us take, you can wherever you need to have the playhead, you can click on there. The playhead will be there. Try playing it. So now you can see that from the screen itself, you can see that from this point onwards audio is not there. So you need to remove that portion also. So similarly, how you have done in the first case, keep the playhead here, click on cut at playhead, split at playhead, right click on that screen, remove it. So now your first file is almost ready. Then you are going to add the second file. So again you compress it little bit. Then you are going to add the second file. So click on the second file, drag and drop here. So you can see that there is some space coming in between, that is used for giving some transition. So for giving that, you can say if you want to use a transition here, you can give it here. For time being, I am going to remove that transition. I don't need any transition here. So directly the second video will be joined with the first one, right? Then what should I do? Again, you can play it and see. You can expand it little bit. You can play it. So again, you can see that from this point onwards, the sound is coming. Now you can see some gaps are there. There is no audio, so you can zoom it little more. Little more you can zoom. So directly you can see that there is some gap here. How many hour times you need to zoom? You can zoom that much you need. Then because this zooming is done in order to have more accuracy for our cutting. So here you can keep the playhead here and play it. So from this point onwards, this much portion I need to cut. So how will you do that? Again, do the same thing. Right click on this, remove. So automatically the remaining video will be taken back to the first position. So from here you are starting the recording. Similarly, you are going to the end. And here in this video, I have while I was recording, I was having some mistakes. So you need to cut the intermediate position also. How will you find out that position? Directly you can see in between there are some pauses. Right. While recording, there was some mistake. So here some pause was there. So again you can verify it. Click on the playhead, play it. Right. So you can identify that this was not a problem. Here I was showing the video recording what I have recorded. So this is not the actual problem. So you can click on pause. You can move it little bit. Go to the next position. I think here some problem is there. So you can start this. So from here onwards I am going to cut. From here onwards I have made some mistake. So I am taking it to this position. Right. I am cutting it here. Then similarly I am going to the end. So here there was a mistake, that is why nothing is shown here. Here also there was a mistake. Here also there was a mistake. From here I will play and see what is happening here. So from here onwards you are having the actual audio. So you need to cut this much amount of portion. So whenever you are making any mistake, in order to easily identify it, whenever you make a mistake, you keep silent for some time. Let the screen recording go on. So while doing like that, you can see that there will be a long space like this without any waveform. So there you can find out that that is a portion where you have created a mistake. So later at the time of editing, you can cut this portion and remove it. If the silence is not there, what will happen? You need to keep on playing the video in the editor and you need to identify that portion. That is very difficult. So if you are making a mistake, don't worry, don't stop the recording, let the recording go on, but keep silent for some time. So you can see, you can identify that this portion is having some problem, right? So later on in the editing time, you can cut off. So now for time being, from this portion I have made the mistake and I am going to cut it till this portion, right? From here onwards I am having my actual audio. So I am going to cut this much portion. So how will I do that? Again, click on this cut at split at playhead, right? So this much video, you can zoom it out a little bit. So this is the video I am going to remove, this portion. So again, right click on this, click on remove. So the previous window came to this point. So now if you are playing it, you can see that it will be gone, right? So this is how you are performing the editing. And finally you go to the ending portion. So I told here at the ending portion also you will be having a silence, that also you need to remove. So you can click on the playhead here. then split at playhead, remove this, right? So now almost your uh, video is ready for you have almost completed your first phase of editing. Next step is to create a title for this video. So first title will be shown in the video. After that only your actual video will be shown. So how to add a title here? So for adding a title, you need to click on this open other button. Click on that. Then you need to click on text. Click on text. So you can give your heading here or title here. So I am giving the title as screen recording tutorial. Click on OK. So here automatically a new filter will be created for this actual project. What is the filter we have created? Text, symbol text filter you have created. And below the text you can see the properties of the text. So if you want to see these properties, you can simply drag this. So you can see all the properties. You can see the font color. If you want to have an outline for your text, you can give that also. Now let us take the outline is black, font color is white, and the position also you can change, position as well as size. So if you want to change the size, you can change it here. But more easier method is you can click on this edge and you can drag it so that you can change the size. Then how will you change the position? You need to come and you can see a small circle here, that is known as the handle. So move the cursor to that handle, click on that handle so that you can move the text to wherever you need. So for time being I am keeping it here, right? I am making it little more bigger since it is a title. So I am making it little more bigger like this, right? So I have added a title here. My title is ready. Next what you should do, you need to add this title in the timeline. So for adding this title in the timeline, first you need to add this title to the playlist. Now you are in the properties window, you need to add this title to the playlist. So for adding that, you can click on this, right? Previously you are in the filters window, right? What was the filter you have applied? Text. Now you click on playlist, so your playlist will be shown. Previously 2 videos were there. To this you need to add this text also. So for adding text, you need to click the mouse outside the text. Don't click on the text, you need to click outside the text, then drag the mouse. Simply click outside the text, drag the mouse, bring it to the playlist, release it here. So you can see that your text is added here, right? Whatever text I have created, that I have added here, right? Next what should I do? So this is a text what you have added. This is a properties. This is a filter you have applied. In the filter you have made these changes. One more change. So these are the changes I have made, right? In the playlist you are having the text. Next step is you are going to add this text to the timeline. Where should I add? I need to add the text to the starting point of this timeline, right? So for adding the text, this text is having around 4-second duration. So this text should be added before the actual video. So text will be coming, should be inserted first. So how will I do that? So you need to have a space allocated here for adding this text. So for that you need to move the window, move all the videos towards right till say 4 seconds. So how will I do that? Now the video is very it is expanded like this. First you can compress the video or compress the timeline. So you can move this. So you can see the whole video is like this, right? Then what you should do? You need to select the all the videos and you need to move it right, right? But if you are not selecting it, if you are selecting only the first video, what will happen? You can say you can move it like this and little more you can reduce. So let us take, I am going to select the first video I am going to select, and if I am dragging this video so that I will be getting some space, so what will happen? The first video has gone above the second video, and a transition, dissolve transition has occurred here. So what will happen? It will affect the second video. First video has gone over the second video, and if you are playing it, you can see one dissolve effect will be coming here. If you are playing it here, you can see it will be having a dissolve effect. So here you can keep it here. You can see one dissolve effect will be there. That means the first video has gone over the second video, and the transition will be occurring very slow, and the second video has been overwritten by the first video for some time. So how will you avoid that? First you give Control Z. So this was a previous setup. So in order to avoid overlapping of first video on the second video, what you should do, you need to select all this video and you need to move the complete set of video towards right in order to accommodate this text here. So how will you select all this video? For that you can use this icon, ripple trim and drop. You can click on this. So you are telling the software that you need to move all the softwares, all the ripple videos towards right by certain unit. So now if you are clicking on the first video and if you are moving it little bit, you can see that the complete video has been moved towards right. There is no overlap. You can see now, right? So how many hour times you want to move, you can move it. So the complete video will be moved towards right. So the next step is, to this space you are going to add this text, right? So this text is of 4-second duration. Till that 4 second only you need to move the video towards right. But here, since the timeline has been compressed, it is in minutes, 1 minute, 0 minutes, 3 minutes. I cannot see the seconds here. So how will you see that? You can zoom the timeline, say like this. So now you can see that in seconds you are able to see, right? 20 second, 25 second, etc. you are able to see. So you can zoom the timeline. Now you click on this video and drag it towards left. So since you have selected the ripple trim and drop, all the videos will be moved towards our mouse pointer. So drag this and keep it somewhere here in say 4 or 5 seconds. So let us take, this is 5 seconds. So to this page you are going to add this text. So how will you add? You click on the text in the playlist, drag it and drop it here. This white space will be coming. This white space, white box should touch the 0 position in the timeline, then release it. So you can see for say 4 second your timeline, you have inserted this and the complete thing has been shifted towards right. You have inserted this clip here. Now what you should do, you can again drag this and keep it here, right? So what you have done, you have directly inserted this clip before your actual video, right? So you can keep the the playhead here, and if you are playing it, you can see that first text will be coming for 4 seconds. After that your video will start, right? And if you are compressing, you can see all the videos as a chain. And similarly, if you want to have a thank you screen, that also you can add as a text here. So first you will be showing the title, then all the videos. Finally, you can create a text field with a thank you, right? How will you add this? You can drag and drop the same thing here. You expand this little bit. So this is your title. Then you can edit here. You double click on this, click on filters, edit it here. Right. So you have done that. Then if you are playing it, first you can compress it little bit so that complete video will be shown. Then you can play it. So first screen recording tutorial will be coming, then your video will be coming, and at last if you want to see the thank you, you can go to the end of the video This will be the end. Keep the pointer playhead here, play. So you will be seeing the thank you, right? So this is how you are adding title in the beginning and the thank you at the end of the particular video what you have created. Next step is we will see how to add a small sound clip to this video. Say when you are showing the first say screen recorder tutorial, you need to add one small music as a background music. So how will you do that? That is what you are going to see now. So for adding a sound clip, you in the timeline, here it is written V1. This shows that this is a first video track. In addition to this, you need to create one more track known as audio track. So how will you create that? In here you can click on this and click on add audio track. Click on this and you can give add audio track. So now you can see that below the video track I have added one more track known as audio track. If you want to expand this, you can expand like this. So audio track and video track is there. To this audio track you are going to add the audio, right? That is what you are going to do. So first of all you need to select the playlist. To this playlist you need to add the audio track. Whatever you are adding to the timeline, it should be there in the playlist. So first I am opening my folder. I am adding one music here. Simply drag and drop. So music has been added here. Then what should I do? From the playlist I need to add it to the audio track. So click on this audio track, audio file, keep it here in the audio track. So you can see the audio track, but here the problem is that the audio track is very much bigger. I need to have only the music for 4 seconds from here to here. The remaining portion I need to have only the sound or the actual audio. So what should I do? I need to cut the audio what I have added here. How will I cut that? Bring the playhead here, keep it at this point. Then before keeping the playhead you need to select this video, right? Select this audio. So select the audio, keep the playhead at the point where you want to cut. So it is this point you need to cut. Then give the split at playhead. So what you can see, the audio has been splitted into two. So now you can click this portion, you can click on remove, right? So in the text section alone I have added the additional background music. So we will try to play this. Bring the playhead to a starting point, play it, right? So now we have seen that you have added a we have seen how to add an mp3 file or a wave file or a audio file to this title. So now you have seen that there is a abrupt change from music to your actual video audio present in the video. There is an abrupt change. Initially for 4 seconds audio will be, the music will be played, then suddenly it is getting changed to the audio. So now what you are going to do is that you are going to add a fade in and fade out for this music, so that the change will be gradual. Your music will be slightly reduced, then your audio will be increased. So that fade in and fade out filter you are going to add. So first of all you select the audio clip, then click on the filter, right? So no filters are applied for this wave file. Then you can click on this plus, add a filter, search for fade. So when you are searching for fade, you can see fade in audio is there, fade out audio is there. Both you are going to add. Fade in means when you are starting the video, the music will be gradually increasing. Then fade out means when you are ending the music, again the music will be gradually decreasing. So first you are selecting fade in video, right? So now you can see that a gradient has came here. This shows that the music will be increasing gradually, and after the predefined time, after 1 second, full volume will be there, right? So this is known as fade in. Similarly, I am going to add one more filter, that is fade out for the audio. So fade out audio also I am going to add. So now you have seen that there is a fade out also is added for the audio, and that also is 1 second. If you want to, by default it is 1 second for both. If you want to change it, you can change it here. So now if you are playing the video, we'll try to play this video from the start, so you can see the difference. The music will be gradually increasing and gradually decreasing, right? You can see that. So this is how you are adding a fade in and fade out for the audio. Similarly, you can give a fade in and fade out for the video also, right? So let us take, you are clicking on this video, right? Then you are going to click on this and select fade. So here you are going to take fade in audio again, right? Fade in audio for this video track, right? So now you have given a 1 second fade in. You can say, if you want to change it, you can change it to say 2 second. So now you have added a 2 second. After giving this, don't press enter, you can click here. So now you have added a fade in for the audio present in the video also. So now you can play this. So I think this fade in is more. You need to give only say 1 second. A second is enough. Otherwise your audio will be little bit clipped. Right? So this is how you are adding fade in and fade out for the video as well as for the audio. So you can apply it for both the background music as well as for the video. One more problem you need to solve. So here when you are playing the music, you can see that the music sound is, volume of the music is very much high when compared to the audio. When you are playing, you can see that, right? So you need to have a balance between the background music what you have entered and the audio. You need to have at least say almost the same amplitude for both the music as well as the audio in the video what you have recorded. So what you should do, you need to reduce the volume of this background music. How will you do that? Select this, then click on the filters. Previously I have added fade in and fade out filter. One more filter you are going to add, that is known as gain. So you can type in gain. So gain bar volume will be getting, select that. So by default the gain will be in 0. You are going to decrease it, say 25 or something, or you are going to decrease it to say 26 dB. So you are reducing the volume, the amplitude. Now you can see that amplitude has been changed. Now you can play it and see. So now almost the amplitude of the music as well as the amplitude means the volume of the music as well as the volume of the audio present in this video is almost balanced. So this is how you are balancing both these sounds. Your project is ready to be exported as a final video file. You have almost created the tutorial. So the next step is to export it to video. So how will you do that? You can click on this export icon, can click on export, and by default it is telling that you are going to export in H264 MP4 format with sound as AAC, and the resolution I have already set while creation of the project. So no need of changing anything, the same resolution will be there. Then you can click on this export file. So it will be asking for where you need to where you need to store this. So I am going to select the same location where I am having the project. Here I am having the project in the same location. I am going to record it. I am going to export it. It will be exported as .mp4. Click on save. So you can see in the jobs, you can see that the exporting is started. Now it is 0%. Then it will be increased from 1, 2, 3, etc. up to 100. Finally, when it is reaching 100, your video will be ready, right? So by doing this, you have actually converted your FLV file what you have recorded in OBS to a final MP4 format. So no need of converting it in the MP4 in the OBS. Directly in the Shotcut video editor itself, after doing all the editing, finally you will be getting the MB4 file, right? So now it is 1%. So after some time it will be rendered to 100%. So your video will be complete. Then later you can upload this video to the YouTube. Now you can see that the video exporting process is over. That is why you got this green tick mark. Then for opening your converted video, right click on this, click on show in folder. Then you can see your MB4 file, you can play that. So successfully you have completed your video editing using Shotcut software.